First, preservation and conservation. Preventive measure. The museum might have climate control systems and proper storage facilities to safeguard the artifact from deterioration. They include environmental control, proper storage, and handling protocol. Conservation practice. Skilled professionals might be employed to restore and maintain the artifact in their original condition. They include cleaning and stabilization, structural repairs, and chemical treatment. For documentation, detailed record and photograph of the artifact might be kept for future reference and research. Second, public access and engagement. Exhibition and displays. The museum might curate engaging exhibitions that tell the story of Kedah heritage in an accessible and informative way. They include engaging narrative, accessibility and clarity, and variety and rotation. Educational programs. Programs for all ages could be offered, like workshops, lectures, and interactive activities to educate the public about local culture and history. Last, for accessibility, the museum might strive to be accessible to people with disabilities by providing ramps, lifts, and clear signage. They include physical accessibility, sensory accessibility, and cognitive accessibility. Third, community involvement and ownership. Collaboration with local communities. The museum might work with local stakeholders to gather information, interpret exhibits, and ensure the museum reflect the community's diverse perspectives. Educational outreach program and partnership with school and community organization could be in place to foster a sense of ownership and pride in local heritage. Volunteer opportunities. The museum might encourage volunteers from the community to assist with various tasks, promoting a sense of shared responsibility. And the last one is sustainable management. Environmental practice. The museum might utilize eco-friendly building materials, energy efficient lighting, and waste reduction practice. Responsible tourism. The museum might manage visitor flow and implement policies to minimize negative impacts on the surrounding environment and community. Long-term planning. The museum might have a comprehensive plan for future development and maintenance to ensure the sustainability of its operation.
Number 5 is authenticity. The exhibition of well-studied data, archive, and exhibition demonstrate an effort to preserve the heritage site's authenticity. Visitors could obtain the cultural, historical, and natural elements of the location by providing accurate and trustworthy information. Number 6, interpretation and education. Visitors are expected to gain significant knowledge from the extensive arrangement of data, archive, and exhibition. A deeper understanding of the site's legacy is fostered by the educational resources and captivating exhibits that heritage management principles provide. Lastly, risk management. In the context of heritage site risk management includes preventive detection and mitigation of possible hazards that may include natural catastrophes, acts of vandalism, and climate change. This is carried out by creating true emergency response plans, putting strong security measures in place, and setting up continuous monitoring systems. All these measures serve to protect the heritage site's authenticity, guarantee prompt and efficient handling of any issues that may arise, and aid in the long-term conservation of its natural assets.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Damia binti Muhammad Hafiz, metric number 286764. I'm going to present the management practices at the site. Firstly, the practice that the management implement is regular monitoring. The management team of Kuala Kedah Museum has appointed security officer to guard and monitor the museum every day. Regular monitoring can help to avoid the potential vandalism that will happen if there are no one to guard the site. Secondly, artifacts protection. Every artifacts are placed in glass cases. The reason why all the artifacts are placed in glass cases is because to protect them from damage. Artifacts cannot be touched because artifacts are very sensitive and it might be damaged if people touch them. Then, glass cases also to prevent the artifacts from getting stolen by irresponsible people. Next, security camera installation. Every corner of the museum ceilings are installed with security camera to observe the surrounding. It is also a part of the ways to prevent visitors from damaging the artifacts and stealing them. By installing security camera, the management team can easily monitor the artifacts to prevent it from getting damaged by visitors. Lastly, monument preservation. The monuments around the museum, such as the walls, are being monitored and preserved to avoid potential damage. When the management team identify the damage, they will come up with the preservation plan to try to mitigate the damage.
Next is type of management process. One of the management process the site manager can implement is by implementing conservation. For instance, in this case, variations in preservation conditions brought on by climate-related decay process are inevitable occurrences that the site manager needs to pay more attention to. This is demonstrated by the state of the Kota Kuala Kedah Museum area, which is walled off to keep out tsunamis and high tide. Nonetheless, certain events like floods might not be prevented and must be handled skillfully and successfully. One way to protect the museum is to surround it with waterproof material or glass mirrors. It is essential for maintaining the historical integrity of monuments because it guards against flooding and structural damage brought on by moisture intrusion. Last but not least, installing proper drainage systems is also a crucial step in keeping water out of the museum area and avoiding water build-up and structural damage. This is due to a drainage system that is not conducive and abandoned trash that prevents the water from draining properly in the Kota Kuala Kedah Museum area. As a consequence, if the area experiences exceptionally high rainfall, this will lead to flooding. To sum up, the preservation of the enduring legacy requires diligent and methodical maintenance. It is because the legacy is the narrative of the past that must be conveyed to the next generation. Stories of their bravery, suffering, and sacrifices are preserved in Kota Kuala Kedah, allowing us to live in peace and harmony in the place where great warriors once shed their blood.
Next, communication and collaboration. The manager can foster open communication like encourage feedback and promote teamwork. So this is good to the museum because they can improve their museum rely on the feedback they have got from the visitor and worker. The manager also can do collaboration with influencer or university management to promote the site. This can give opportunity to community or student to gain knowledge about that place. Last but not least is upgrade technology. Manager can adopt mobile device and apps to improve data collection and share information with others. So the apps need to be detailed information like location and so on. Manager also can use a video or AR or VR technology to enhance visitor experience. Thank you.